How's it going, boys? Johnny Superbman here, and I'm bringing back tips and tactics to help the fans with their 6v6 online EASHL hockey. Today, we're going to cover the differences between size and speed, and which one is more valuable. In the past, I have always favored speed over size, but not in NHL 22. I've been playing the game since it came out. I've done a bunch of experiments that I'm going to show you guys here today. But before that, I want to give you a little bit of a backstory. Dating back to NHL 09, when they introduced EASHL, I made the decision, you know what, I'm playing defenseman. I got so fed up with people sending suicide passes through the neutral zone turnovers. You know, if you want something done right, do it yourself. So I went back as a puck-moving defenseman, been playing that position for the last 10 years, essentially. And I'm the guy who likes to skate the puck out of his own zone, passing it up to his forwards, or hell, taking it across the blue line and making some magic happen. Whether it was old gen, older gen, it didn't matter. I've been struggling heavily in NHL 22 trying to utilize this same type of game style with a guy who focuses on speed at 5'11", 5'10". It is just not working out for me. I'm getting poke checked, I'm getting body checked, I'm getting nudged off the puck, which is so frustrating. So if you guys are having the same type of issues, this video is for you, alright? We got a bunch of experiments to showcase why size is actually more valuable than speed in NHL 22. So let's jump right into it. So we're all familiar with the All-Star Weekend and the fastest skater competition. Guys like McDavid, guys like Barzal, going around the ice without the puck on their stick, going around the face-off dots through the crease. They can essentially get a lap done in about 13 seconds, just over 13 seconds. Now, can you replicate that in EASHL 6v6 for NHL 22? For the sake of this experiment, I'm going to be using a puck-moving defenseman, 5'7", 160, no superstar X factors, no abilities, no boosts, speed, agility, and acceleration, all at 92 overall. It's essentially the fastest you can make a player, base player. You can get it up to 93, but for the sake of this experiment, we're going to go 92. Now understand, there can absolutely be room for human error here. I try my best to go around the face-off dots, touch the crease, and complete the lap. And with the 5'7" puck mover, we come in at about 13.4 seconds, which is right there with guys like McDavid and Barzal. So they've done a great job with the fastest type of skater that you can build, matching the fastest speeds in the NHL. But let's do a little bit more experimenting here, all right? Instead of being 5'7", I'm going to jack it up to 6'1", up 5 inches. Same build, same weight, same X factors, none there, and the same speed at 92s. Now, in the past, you could expect a player like this to be slightly slower. You would gain the ability to absorb body checks, and you would gain the ability to body check others, but you'd lose some acceleration and you'd lose some agility. What's fascinating is that after you do the lap, it actually came in slightly faster, 13.2 in comparison to the last build, which was 13.4. Now I'm going to chalk that up to human error, and I'm going to say they're about the exact same. So even though I made my player bigger, he was able to do a lap in the exact same time as the guy who was 5'7", right? Now, during EASHL, I've actually made the switch to defensive defenseman, and I want to show you this experiment even further. We've gone defensive defenseman, 6'2", so 1 inch taller. This is the smallest that you can make the defensive defenseman. 210 pounds, which should affect your agility and acceleration, at least it did in previous games. And our speed, agility, and acceleration are all down to 82 now. So a drop from 92 to 82. And when you watch him go, he does look noticeably slower. But my theory is, can bigger players cover more distance than the smaller players? Even though they look smaller, or look bigger, sorry, are they actually still traveling at the same speeds? Now, this guy went around in 14.1, less than a second slower than the fastest builds that you can have in the game. But I'm a defensive defenseman, 6'2". Let's take this experiment even one step further. Defensive defenseman, 6'7", 210 pounds. This is actually the build that I've been using currently in EASHL. I know it sounds crazy, but I've been having more success moving the puck with this behemoth than I do with a guy who's 5'11" as a puck mover. I know it's wild, but we have the same speed, agility, and acceleration, all at 82s. We let him skate around, and again, he looks like he is so slow. But back to my theory, is he covering more distance. Not as many strides as the smaller players, but those strides are a lot longer. Around the face-off dots, to the center line, and 14.1. The exact same speed as the guy who is 6'1", a 14.1, sorry, 6'2". So both defensive defenseman builds came in at 14.1. Now what this tells me is that your height does not affect your ability to skate without the puck. Now, what do you gain while being bigger? Well, you gain the ability to body check. You gain the ability to absorb body checks. What do you lose? Apparently, nothing. Now, they've actually had some fun with these fastest skater competition in the past. We've seen goaltenders go at it, and I have a clip here of Cam Ward doing a lap around the ice and coming in at around 18 seconds, right? So you'd expect no player that you can build in EASHL to be slower than a goaltender. They have the fastest skater right where it needs to be at 13 seconds. But goaltenders come in at 18 seconds, so I decided to build the absolute slowest build that you could make in the game. Enforcer defenseman, 6'9", 270 pounds, no X factors, no nothing, and I even decreased the speed as much as you could down to 68s across the board for speed, acceleration, and agility, alright? This guy is a behemoth, and we put him on the track. I try to replicate the exact same route. I mean, look how slow he is. It is quite funny. No one's going to be building this type of player build in the game. I just wanted to see what the slowest player would come in at. We turn the final corner, skate buddies, skate right to the center line, and 15.4. Now that's very interesting. The very first build was 13.2. This guy's at 15.4. So the most that you're losing is just over 2 seconds from the fastest build to the slowest build. And that's where EA Sports got it right. You know, you're never going to be slower than those goalies skating around the ice, and you're not going to be faster than Connor McDavid. However, speed is not influenced by your size. Your physicality, however, is. And that's where I want to get to some clips I want to show you guys. So here we go. This first example perfectly showcases what smaller players have to deal with in NHL 22. And as a defenseman, this just can't happen. Watch their D-man. He picks it up. Our forechecker gets in on the forecheck, nudges him in the back, and he gets put into what I call a stumble animation. This cannot happen to you if you're a defender. And I would always be the guy who would skate out, turn my back to a forechecker. But look, just nudged in the back, and our forechecker is like a 5'10" dangler. It separates the defenseman from the puck, and it's as good as a goal. That just cannot happen if you're a defenseman. So when I made the switch to a 6'7" defensive defenseman, yes, I lose speed, but look at what I gain. The ability to absorb contact. I take 3 body checks, and I'm out of the zone. I'm having much better success moving the puck out of my own zone as a defensive defenseman. So yes, you lose speed, but look at what you gain. The ability to absorb body checks, and that is huge. You also still maintain the ability to utilize the most effective deke in 6v6, which is the pivot. Watch here, I pick up the puck, don't need top end speed, just need that little pivot to make a move into the offensive zone. Watch this clip, I pick up the puck in my own slot, just start hustling up the ice. No one can nudge me off the puck. I can take that big size into the offensive zone. Here comes the pivot, make a move on a defender. I got no shot accuracy because I'm a defensive defenseman, but you guys get my point. It's so much more valuable to absorb body checks than it is to toast people with pure speed. Size also gives you the ability to body check, and as of right now, body checking is OP in this game. It is the way to go. Now, everyone on the team can't just be going for blind body checks, but if you have a team that knows you're stepping up and slots in behind you, if the player does happen to get around, it will create so many rush opportunities for you when you actually connect with the body check. It is the way to go. On top of that, I mean, compared to a stick check or a stick lift, it is far superior. Think about it. When you poke check or stick lift somebody, you don't know where the puck's going to go. They could pick the puck right back up. But when you body check someone, you completely take them out of the play for 2 to 3 seconds. On top of that, you might get them to lose their stick, adding another 2 to 3 seconds while they're scrambling looking for a stick. You might injure them, which hinders their ability for 5 minutes after they take like 10 seconds to stand back up. On top of that, you don't even get penalties. I've been charging people since the release, and I have got maybe one charging call, I step up in open ice, I board people, it doesn't matter. They can also trip over fallen comrades, equaling even more time to do things. Body checking is the way to go instead of stick checking. And on top of all of that, the hitting assistance makes it so easy. All I gotta do is hold up on the right stick, skate in the general direction of the puck carrier, and boom, forget about it. And that affects you if you're a smaller player looking for speed. You're skating up the ice, you're trying to beat a defenseman, all he's got to do is step up, and boom, you're toast, you're taken out, you're injured. Oh my god, the other team's going the other way. So essentially, this is the point of this video. Speed, it matters. We saw the experiments. With the higher rating speed, you will travel faster than the guys who are slower. However, in a 6v6 environment, especially against good teams that know about team defense, size, strength, puck control, balance, these things are very, very valuable. And as of right now, I am using my defensive defenseman at 6'7". And if you guys are looking to build someone and you're getting tired of body checking, I would say go no shorter than 6'1". Keep it at 6'1" or taller. Try it out. Keep your speed at around 87, 88, and look to see if you can absorb more body checks and look for more body checks, because that is the way to play the game as of right now. So let me know what you guys think. For Johnny Superbman from 2BC Productions, take it easy, boys, and I will see you all next time. Hey guys, Johnny here, and thanks for watching. If you enjoyed the video, give us a like, hit that subscribe button, and make sure notifications are on so you don't miss out on any new content. We also live stream on Twitch, where I take days off my life for your entertainment. Sonny Gray, get out of it. You stupid pieces of shit! I should have gone with Jose for Fernandez! Oh my god, pitching change. Fernandez, get your ass in there. Oh, I swear to god, baseball god just decided to all over me. Grand slam, oh yeah. Make me miss the playoffs with a first-ranked team. Year 2, 30 games above 500, no divisional win, trip to the wild card. First inning.